How could you do this? You want me to be an employee at my own company?
You have created a company too valuable for you to run.
I'm not going to let you do this.
As you can see, this is a very emotional time for me as well.
Hey, I'm Christopher John Farley, a senior editor at the Wall Street Journal. I'm here with Thomas Middleditch, who's one of the stars of Silicon Valley. Thomas, thanks for coming to the Wall Street Journal. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I'm here just stopping by off my private yacht. And after making $1 billion deal.
I'm loving the suit, I'm loving the cane,
yes.
I'm loving the bow tie, but it doesn't seem sort of Silicon Valley-esque. It seems the very opposite of it, because Silicon Valley, they're rolling in t-shirts and jeans, right?
It's true, but lo and behold, this may come as a surprise to you, but I am not my character.
Okay, so you have the third season of your show is beginning soon on
Correct.
HBO. Okay, what's going to be different about this season we haven't seen before in the first two seasons? What's fresh here?
There's a new dog in town willing to take a bite out of Piper, and for a good chunk of the season, the boys have to deal with that. There's a bit of a coup happening.
Lori already found a new CEO.
What?
Jack Barker.
I don't care who he is, okay? None of us do.
Action, Jack Barker?
Holy this guy's a hitter.
Seriously? They picked that gray-haired fossil over me?
What really happened in the last season is your character, who's this programmer who started this great company,
Correct.
Finds out that he's been fired. And now we started off finding out, well, is he fired? Is there some new position for him?
Yes.
Now, the one thing that sort of strikes me about your show is your character, there's this great scene where he doesn't really know how to tie a tie. He kind of fumbles with it. Someone else has to help him. And it made me think, does this guy ever grow up? Will he ever grow up? Is he capable of actually maturing and changing?
I don't know. Is tying a tie the symbol of manhood?
I think so. I mean, you have a bow tie on,
Hey.
spoken by a man with a bow tie on.
This is clip-on.
Oh, it's a clip-on?
Yeah.
My entire outfit is a clip-on, actually.
Yeah,
It
you
clips on from the back.
don't have a tie,
Yeah.
so are you
No.
not a man?
No, no.
It's tough to say. I think, A, being usurped at your own company strangely happens a lot in I think, business, but especially Silicon Valley. And he's dealing with that. Now, whether or not he's going to trade the hoodie for a suit is TBD. I mean, I think a lot of CEOs in that world end up don't, and they do just fine.
Now, one thing I always wonder also is how you get the lingo and the attitude right for Silicon Valley. I mean, I understand you have a consultant on set. What does he or she consult about? What do you consult with them about sometimes?
Well, sometimes it's like we'll get a little monologue and we're saying tech stuff, and he wants tech stuff. I don't know, gobbledygook, gigabytes RAM, and he's there to make sure we at least loosely understand it. So then we say it. It sounds convincing. Or there's a lot of improv on the show. And sometimes we'll improvise around some of those tech lines, and he needs to step in and say, you can't actually say it like that, otherwise it will not make sense.
Now, it's also interesting that you're Canadian.
Correct.
Of course, your character is American.
Correct.
Is there a difference, do you think, between the comedy you grew up with in Canada and the kind of things that make Americans laugh?
I had years of trying to translate my hilarious Canadian comedy to American comedy. For years it was going over everyone's head, and then I changed the word loony to $1 bill, and it all started clicking.
Is that all it takes? Just that one word?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do fans say to you about this? What kind of feedback are you getting from actual people who work in Silicon Valley about what you're doing on the show? You get a lot of feedback?
I do. It depends why you like it. If you like it for the comedy, hopefully you just think that's a funny show. But I've had plenty of people from either tech or the Silicon Valley itself, both on the programmer level and even on the venture capitalist level, for example, come up to me and say, it's crazy how accurate your show is, or they'll quote a scene and say, that happened to me verbatim. And that's all hats off to the writing staff. That's all hats off to Mike Judge, Alec Berg, and their team of brilliant minds.
So anything else to say to fans about what they can expect from this season on Silicon Valley?
Just if you're disappointed, please don't tell me. Keep it to yourself. Thanks.
Well, great. On that note, Thomas Middleditch, thanks for coming to the Wall Street Journal. The show is Silicon Valley. It starts its third season very soon. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me.
Great.